All right, well, we got 1 minute left in the
Ah,
final
there
session.
we go.
Who the hell is that driving backward toward the pit lane?
Ah,
Who the
that would.
fuck is that?
Who is
Is that
it?
Millsy?
I think it might
It's
be.
Millsy driving backward into the pit lane.
Jesus
What the
Christ. Fuck is this? So now we've got
He's
14.
actually driving through the pit lane. What the fuck am I watching?
Who are we looking here? Who are we on?
It was Millsy. Millsy
Was it?
just drove
Oh
backwards
my
through
God.
the fucking pit lane.
So right now we've got, geez, I tell you what, 15.8s to get through. So Watto is in the pits, Godzilla on a hot lap, and Supra in all sorts of trouble. He's going to get knocked out. Pinju's retired on the track. Welcome back to all the guys. Do apologise for that. But finally we've got some sound.
Confirm we do have full sound in the stream
Thank
now.
God for that. Thank God for that. Had no idea, and all it was the mute. The sound wasn't coming through, and all I had to do was go to the pause menu, and it works. It's bullshit. Thank you, Cody's. Oh, all 11 are back, which is good news. So there we go. So now I can start speaking to some people. So Daff, the man is our RRT Big Cactus from our Euro guys, stepping in for Jack, who obviously is working flipping Tonka trucks, as we know. Whoever gave that guy
Yelling at some kid in a pool.
yeah, whoever gave that job as a lifesaver is, mate, that is how desperate they are for lifesavers in Britain. If you're giving a job to Jackie, there is something seriously wrong. So Supra is about the only one that can actually knock out Godzilla, but he's on the medium tyres, so right on board. Everyone else is sort of retired. A couple of minutes, in fact, I think, yep, he's on a hot lap. But he's on the medium tyres for whatever reason. Supra is really struggling out there. I'm not too sure. Maybe he just wants to start in P17. And I think we've got a glitch here.
It's actually showing him in the pit lane now.
Yep, so major glitch with the box, with the... We've even got Kahoot.
Yeah, it's just a glitch with the timing square.
Yeah,
He
exactly.
is on a hot lap. He's
Yep.
coming through.
Yep, so we're just going to wait on board here. Jeez, I tell you what,
It's
that
a
was
clean line.
Yep. Very nicely.
No, that's incorrect.
Nah.
Yeah, all the timing screens are all jacked up now. For
Yeah,
some
hopefully
reason.
we'll fix it in there.
Just got some traffic to deal with, but he's in a slow area coming out of the final corner, so it shouldn't affect him too much. He's going to get a bit of a tow here, but he doesn't improve. According to the timing screen, he was 28 seconds off his normal time, which I know is incorrect.
Correct.
Because he was absolutely flying.
Yeah, that's it. Good to see the Benno in the chat. Did you end up winning Div 4?
Starting to wonder, because now it's showing Rapid Supra on softs.
Yeah.
And he's out here again. I'm starting to wonder if did he join the session late, and now we're going through the problem of everybody else was on the correct time, but he somehow has extra time.
Yeah, they've not fixed that bug. Benno one, thanks
they haven't
Dave,
fixed
appreciate
bug.
that.
But he has not been in the pit lane. On my screen, the last lap he did, he was on a set of mediums, so something's really glitchy here.
Yeah, that's it.
And now we have AIs all of a sudden on the timing screen.
Yeah, something's definitely going wrong. Yeah, Charles Leclerc and Tsunoda's gone through. Oh boy. Not too sure. I think the lobby is glitched. I might get in touch with the boys.
Yeah, and I can tell you that's an AI driving Rapid Super's car.
Yeah.
There's no driver in this league that would run their throttle pedal like that.
No, exactly. Just in the Div 1 lobby at the moment. So Super is saying, did it fix it? And he's still going. Apparently he's on an outlap, but it looks like his Super's caused the problem.
Unintentionally, we'll say as well. It's not like he intentionally did this. It's just Cody's having their normal issues. There we go.
There we go. He's out. We're on to the move. On to the next stage. And that's it. So Josie Wales somehow got himself on P1 with a 1:14.752. Rurik P2, Betsy, Noodles, Kahoot, Espinala, Relic, Benny Black, Dutchy in the top 10. Rapid Con, Millsy, Hartwigger, Deb, Rapid Willie, and Codzilla wraps out our top 15. Missing out Watto and Supra and Pinju, who didn't set a time. So that is it. Moving on to Q2.
It's good to see Josie setting that really good lap time, because then that means that he is going to be a factor in this race and can really help out his teammate in that battle for the World Drivers' Championship.
Exactly. So let's take a look at the standings, and we were touching on as we move into Q2. And as you alluded to before, Cactus, Noodles in the Mercedes currently leads this championship on 223 points. Closely followed by our current reigning defending Div1 champion Kahoot on 220, and Betsy in the Red Bull 217. So it is definitely a three-way dance with four more rounds to go. Relic in P4. Obviously, I've spoken to Relic Cactus, and he's obviously concentrating on the championship for constructors as well and maximising that. And so 383 to 343 in the McLaren. So it's a pretty close battle for the constructors. Long way to go. And Hartwigger, yes, you're right, mate. Look at those alphas. All the way back there on 35. Even Haas is beating you, Wigger. So yeah, all to play for as we move into Q2.
Yeah, and Q2 is where we're going to really start to see who's thinking about doing what. Because now, in the second qualifying session, for those of y'all that aren't aware, Formula One of this year has the tire rule. Current F1, they've done away with that. But this year, whatever tire you set your fastest lap on in Q2, if you're in the top 10, will be the tire that you start the race on. So I can already see Connor is out on mediums, and with him being out on mediums this early, that tells me Connor is going to be looking to start this race on softs. You're not this early in the session unless you really are just hand over fist faster than most of the competition. You would not be out on your mediums already. You would wait until there was at least 7 minutes left in this session, let some extra rubber get down on the racetrack, so that way you can really pump that lap time in. But with a couple of them already coming out on mediums, let's see, what is Cod on? Yep, Cod is also going to burn a set of mediums, and so is Millsy. So both Hasses looking to start on softs.
Yep, so I'd probably imagine Con and Codzilla have gone through 2 sets of reds. They're taking this mediums just to see what the grip is around the track, and I think you're 100% right. They're going to put an exploratory lap in, and then they're going to come in. Well, Con's decided that, you know, that turn up the hairpin is no good for him. I'm just gonna make the course what I like, and he's boxed. So you're 100% right there. Wonder if Codzilla's going to put in a hot lap, which he is, the fishy fingered one. Let's ride on board with the man. Well, he's actually invalidated already. Well, actually, no, he hasn't. So he's on the way down this long straight. Not too sure about what you think, Cactus, but in real life, this can the DRS here is probably a little bit too long. I like it to be a little bit shorter. It's pretty easy to pass on that main straight, but through to sector 1, Godzilla coming down. DRS wide open like a Victoria's Secret model on Kimi and Yano's yacht on a Saturday night. Brakes hard into the left, coming through sector 2 here. Cods seems to have it nicely wired up. This tricky little hairpin where the car decides to wanting to understeer and losing traction hard. Breaks into this really tricky S's section, which is very, very easy to invalidate. Up through the gears into 7th. Just a slight ease off, and boom shakalaka, you're gone. But riding on board there, and Cod's actually somehow, yeah, how he saved that, God only knows. He just went straight in. And Mr. Mills has been disconnected as well, so...
He's just rejoined, though.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, exactly. We don't know how he survived. Exactly. Have zero idea how he survived. That's right on board.
Yeah, but I will say, right as he was about to lose the car, I was going to say that the car just looked unstable. It looked like he didn't have much confidence in it. So at least he's able to knock the front wing off the car only, and he can get back to the pit lane and go try again. But we have a lot of cars that are on mediums right now.
Exactly. And Wigger looks like he's about the first one to go out. He's decided that the reds, maybe he's using a set of burnt reds. Wouldn't surprise me. Waiting for a little bit later to get the new reds out. So he's our only one really. We've got Deb out on an outlap. Good to see Deb make it through again. Through again through this S's section. Makes it through quite nicely. Braking hard.
Car looked really planted there.
Yeah, it does. And through here, the stadium section. Famous for flares and tequila on a Sunday. And he's backing off pretty hard here. Coming around the line, 17.816. Definitely not the fastest that we're ever going to see in this section.
No, I believe this is a new set of tires, though. On the timing screen, it shows he's only done one lap on this set. If you would have carried these tires from Q1 and jumped on them again, it would still show the amount of laps he's put on from Q1.
Oh, there you go. Gumbo.
So it is a brand new set.
There you go. Gumbo has redeemed the Yano hot lap for tonight. Thank you, Gumbo. Q3 Josie. You better get there, Gumbo. I had you back for a sneaky podium tonight, mate. You failed me. So we'll get Yano Q3 for Josie, not a problem at all. So Millsy, who joined us last week, his debut race in the United States, and actually pretty well. Come through here on the mediums. Coming into the second DRS zone. Wide open. Probably one of my favourite tracks, this Mexico Cactus. What are your thoughts about the track itself?
The track itself is really fun from a driver's standpoint. The track has a really good flow, even though if you look at the track map, it looks like it wouldn't. But with the way the runoffs and the curb works and the AstroTurf right there over the edge of the curbing, it really is a fun racetrack to drive. This racetrack's more or less hard for the engineers because of how high the altitude is of this racetrack. The cars burn a lot hotter. There's not as much oxygen. So the motor has to work a lot harder. It's really easy to go through PUs here. But from a driver's standpoint in this game, to me, it's one of the most fun tracks you can drive.
Absolutely.
Millsy taking a really tight line, goes to the top of the leaderboard with 16.7 on a pair of mediums.
Yeah, but we saw the 14s, and I reckon would not be surprised if we see later in the last few minutes, everyone goes down on a set of reds. Really hard to get yourself into Q3 in Div 1 on mediums. On certain tracks, this being such a short track, is one of those where you'll probably find later on they'll all be going to reds. Viona, I'm not too sure.
I think this will be the telltale sign, though, because if they're all going to go to reds, we got to pay attention to what Josie's doing right now as he's about to come up to the first sector split.
So see what he's up to.
So 28.4, that's a really good time through the first sector for the medium tire. He purples the sector. Depending on what time Josie and Kahoot put in right here on their mediums, both McLarens pretty much in the same portion of the racetrack on mediums. Got yellow flags in front of them. The Mercedes is off in front, allowing somebody through. No big issue there, but the cars look so good through that fast sector too. Let's see what the split time is. And my timing tower's gone to crap again.
Yeah, and always does. So through sector 3, through the stadium section, last part here. Clips out Apex on the right, 16.455 for Rapid Black on the mediums. What's Josie got in store for us? A 15.5.
That is a great time for the medium tire around here in Q2. I feel
Very
like
true.
Josie could sit on that.
I
feel
think
like
so.
he could sit on that.
True.
Because we saw quite a few drivers unable to beat the 15.5 area. A lot of the guys were in that 15.5 area on softs. I feel like the McLaren can make it through on that.
Yeah.
But what happened to his teammate? His teammate didn't set a time, and he was right behind him.
Yeah, I think I'm not too sure what he was up to, unless he invalidated. We got him there late. He's definitely backing off for some reason. This is as we like to call the Kahoot strat. Sometimes he has no clue what he's doing, and neither do we. Noodles, who's currently leading the championship by 3 points. Riding on board with him as he comes through Sector 2, this tricky ESSA section. The flow of the car just wants to give way, particularly through here. He seems to have the car pretty stable. Don't know if that was Josie or Kahoot that got out of the road, but into Sector 3.
He has invalidated the lap time.
No, that's it. Doesn't want to do that. Daff in the chat, Josie's so quick. Absolutely. Millsy's got that flu pace, so he says. So he's boxed. Who else we got on there? Con on the mediums. Got a few there. Don't know if they're going to the box or is that Rubric coming around now? Not too sure if Jack told you, mate, but we are contractually obligated to actually give the airtime to the owner, which we've done, Rubric, so don't fire us. So he's gone into P2 with a 15.8. I think that's probably good.
I think we might need to do a session restart. We're getting yellow flags where there's no cars present on the racetrack. So you have to keep an eye on that.
Just gets out of the way.
Currently, the top 10 have all qualified on mediums with decent times.
Absolutely. Still don't have Codzilla, who's in the pits. Outlap Dutchy, Formula OCE owner. Good to have him racing with us in the Tifosi. We'll be happy. Generally races in our Div 2, but making the step up tonight to Div 1, so good to have him there. Daff in the chat saying Josie is in the top 50 in Mexico for time trial. Gives you an indication. And someone's going backwards in the pits again. So
He taking it very easy on this outlap. You can see him just crawling through Sector 2, not trying to put the heat into those front tires. Another thing around here is the temperature. It does get very warm on that black asphalt. The car will eat the front tires. You really only have on the soft one good lap in them, and the rest of them, the tires never as good again.
Yep.
So we'll ride with him as he goes to put this lap in. We'll see where he ends up at. According to my telemetry, though, he's not deploying ERS. Oh, now he is.
There he is.
I think he might have made a mistake and accidentally left it off for the beginning of that lap, possibly.
Or this could be a glitch on the lobby, which we finally go with no more yellows. Thank God for that. 28.8 for the first sector.
So that's 4/10 down on what Josie did on the mediums.
Yeah, Jesus. Wow. And Dutchy just skipped in front of me on the screen.
Yeah, is Dutchy's connection jumping around for you as well?
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because on my screen, when he came up to that slow double right-hander, he basically went straight on and never turned in, and somehow he ended up on the exit.
Very true.
But he comes into the stadium now, slowest portion of this racetrack. According to my telemetry, he just purpled Sector 2. Comes into the penultimate corner, very slow, kind of off-camber right-hander. Really catch you out if you just barely touch the throttle too early, but he goes up to 6 with a 16.1.
So, Rapid Black, Cahoots retired from the session. He thinks his 15.8 is good enough to get him into Q3. Probably is, based on Q1 times. Benny Black, a little bit of a lost sheep at the moment. He's missing his mate Hugh, who hasn't been around for a month and a bit, who was leading the championship. But he had, unfortunately, school commitments, which took him away. Noodles with a 14.935 on the Reds. But
the Rapid Black just beat his first sector time. He just purpled sector one. A big twitch out of that Alpha Tauri.
Oh, and another.
That's really going to hurt his time. But can he purple? He does purple sector 2. He's 0.8 up. Without those 2 twitches, he could be more like a second up. So some lost time there, but a great glimpse into what Rapid Black can do.
15
and he's going to go P2.
Yep, and you're right. Those couple of errors just going through the sector 2 has probably cost him the fastest time. But again, on the Reds, so Noodles and Black are based on the tyre wear, and I probably imagine you agree here, Cactus, is that they're committing themselves to the 2-stop. You can't 1-stop it unless you start on the mediums to hard for the race. But yeah, there are 2 stoppings. I'll see what happens with those guys.
Yeah, you can 1-stop this race on the soft, so you can do it from soft to hard. It's a stretch, though, because the hard tire just doesn't work around this racetrack. It doesn't. I've never seen anybody take the hard tire and still maintain a decent pace. The only time that I have seen somebody pull a miracle was a wreck on lap 1 with no safety car. They boxed and got hards and went to the end on that. Miraculously didn't have a puncture and finished the race in 4th place because everybody else was on a 2-stop. Very well managed. But I don't really see anybody wanting to be on that strategy. Time is officially over.
And Willie's invalidated, so he's going to go out. So Hartwigger is the man in danger. Rapid Con, just want to say he's 0.3 up, so he's right on the pace. Deb is just coming through sector 2 as well, so we're right on Con. He's 0.3 up. He's now 0.7 up, Con. So he
just purpled sector 2.
Yep. So he is now well and truly on the way, knocking out Hartwigger, who will be the last one to go across the line. So right on board with Con. 15.3 P3. Deb will be the next one in danger. So Millsy's the one, and he has checkered flagged it, so he can't improve. Deb on 16 goes to P10. So Hartwigger, can he knock out his own teammate here? He's 0.3 up. It is going to be touch and go for the Alfa Romeos here. They may just finish 10th and 11th. And he's backed out. He's backed out, so Deb gets into the top 10. Once again, great effort by him. But Hartwigger backed out. I don't know if that was deliberate or he just made a mistake coming into...
I think it was deliberate.
You think so? He was looking...
I think so, yeah. He saw that he wasn't too far up on his lap time. It would have only put him in like 9th or 10th.
Yep.
So I think that he made that quick strategy call at that final corner that I'd rather get a fresh set of tires to start this race with.
We always refer, I'm not too sure about the Euro guys, but in Australia we refer to P11 as the second pole. Particularly in this game, you get the fresh mediums, fresh tyres, they're not used, and it's definitely an advantage. So Noodles gets the job done. Benny Black, Robert Con, Josie Wales, who is definitely my tip for pole for here. Definitely a track he does very, very well with. Relic, Betsy, Rubric in P7 on the mediums. Dutchy gets himself into Q3. P8, Kahoot, P9 just clinches or gets hold on, but good enough. And Rapid Deb holds out to our top 10. So I'm going to move on to Q3. Just take a look at the chat at the moment. Yep, you are 100% correct. Cactus, Hartwigger backed out. He said he'd rather the mediums. So, yep, he
Let's
backed
go.
out. There we go.
That's my kind of driver. Just quick strategy calls. I like it. I mean, to be on a quali lap, okay, and you have to understand, when you're on a quali lap, you're only wanting to focus on what's directly in front of you. But if you have that extra mental capacity to understand that your time is not going to be that great compared to what everybody else in Q3 is going to do, then it's just a no-brainer to go ahead, back out, take what you have, and get that fresh set. He's going to start in P12, which is basically what Aussies would call the third pole, I guess. So, I mean, he's in a good position for the race. Everybody else in front of him is going to have a little extra tire wear. Might have a bit of an issue on the start because of that, depending on how they do on the formation lap. But now we'll move into what us Americans would probably call the Fast 10 if you're going by what we do for Indy.
Okay, Fast 10, yep.
Yep. Indy qualifying happened on Sunday. That was amazing. Scott Dixon set the new record for a 4-lap average around Indianapolis.
Wow.
So we're going to be in for one hell of a race. Average of 234 miles an hour over 4 laps. So it's going to be one hell of a race for the 106th running.
Yep. That's this weekend, isn't it?
Yeah, it's this weekend. They're expecting the track to change very, very slightly. So they're believing that what we saw in quali is going to be very indicative of what's going to happen in the race. But I'm very happy. Both McLarens up there in the top 10 for quali, so let's get it, dude. Yep,
absolutely. No, looking forward to tuning in, and hopefully we've obviously got a couple of Australians in Indy with Will Power, who's been around, but Scotty McLaughlin, I know he's considered a rookie over there, but he won the V8 championship here a couple of times. Definitely has some talent.
Can you explain to me why he left V8 Super? He was so good at V8 Supercars. I love V8 Supercars. I really wish that there was a way that I as an American could pick that up and watch more, because all I get is like the Bathurst 1000.
Yep.
But I mean, what made him leave V8 Supercars to go to the IndyCar Championship?
The challenge, I suppose. That's probably the thing I can get. The War Machine lap, no. It's actually a War Machine Sound, Gumbo, that's what it is. But last one, yeah. So look, V8s have been huge here in Australia. They'll continue on, thank God. Surprisingly, we'll actually have Ford Mustangs versus the Camaros next season.
Yeah, I saw that the other day. Chevy's entering the Camaro. I couldn't believe it. I didn't even know Aussies had Camaros.
Whoa!
We got
Connie.
Connor's around.
Yep, so that is good night for him, but he's been able to save it just as he goes into the wall.
Look at that, no damage at all. Both front wing end fences are still there. Looks like no damage to the side pods. All the barge boards are there. So he's gotten away with that one. If he wanted to, he could just treat this as a second out lap and do a hot one and then come in. Get an idea for the grip level.
Yep, definitely play it.
You better watch out, 'cause I'm a war machine.
What is this War Machine they're talking about?
So there's a driver, War Machine, who jumped in the commentary box with me last week. He runs around in our Divi 4s, and he's got really poor internet. He's a good bloke. He should be actually in, and we sort of got a little sound for him, but he's not in here to redeem it. Benno's saying the money, and Dave is saying it's a challenge for, he wanted to test himself internationally. Scotty McLaughlin always wanted to go overseas, and IndyCar was the right path. And Josie Wales with a 14.459 shots fired says, "Come catch me, boys."
The last thing I'll say about IndyCar is, what about that guy from New Zealand? You know, it's not far from you guys in Australia at all. Scott Dixon, 6-time champion.
Yeah.
The guy is absolutely dominant.
Yeah.
I mean, I really would love to see him take a 7th before he retires.
Yeah,
really would.
And then he'll be an Australian. You know that. That's what Australians do. If you're a good Kiwi that gets international fame, they're an Aussie. And I can run through Split Ends, Russell Crowe, the All Blacks, they're Australian. That's what we do in Australia. Anything good out of New Zealand, we claim them. That's what we do. So Con's been able to recuperate, and he's on his flying lap. You're right, no damage, so lucky to get away with it.
Though.
But he's invalidated, so we're off him. Deb going through sector 1. Needs to be in those low 28s. 28.5 isn't going to get the job done.
Yeah, but how about that lap from Josie? 14.45. I
Unbelievable.
mean, that is just throwing the gauntlet down early on the first run.
Yep. So
But
Deb
that's right about where I thought the medium tire would be. I thought the medium was about 1.1 seconds off, and Josie has immediately done exactly that. He's gone 1.1 seconds faster than his lap he did in Q2 on mediums.
Yeah.
So Josie just showing that he is getting absolutely everything out of this car. There's nothing being held back.
That's it. So look, he's going to be we're right on board with him on his last lap. And Yano's going to take that hot lap for us. So Deb comes round, 15.95. That's a pretty good performance by Deb. He'll be happy with that. Into P5. Meanwhile, in the pits, Black. That car a little bit twitchy. Once again through the stadium section. Again, his car just wants to lift it, and he's actually boxed because he's obviously invalidated. Frizy in the chat, the GOAT commentator. Well, you know what? As you know, Frizy, you're in Div 4 and you do the OCE, the #1 commentary team, as you know. I'm glad to have Cactus here with me. They don't put B graders in the Division 1 chat, mate. Only the best commentate Div 1 here in Australia. And glad to have Cactus with me tonight, mate. So, there you go.
Oh, he called me one of the best.
It's a thing that Jack and I always say. Hopefully Jack will be on the commentary box. He'll get a thing. He does a very good job, Benno. Let me tell you, Frizy is an extremely good commentator. Except he doesn't know how to get it. He's got this thing on his stream that for whatever reason it comes back. He's streaming on F1 2015. Can't get 2021 to go. I don't know why. It's coming up, Gumbo. It's coming up. It'll be the last lap. So once Josie comes out of the pits, we'll ride on board with him.
I just want to say, though, do you know how hard it is to be an American with a Texas accent trying to be a Formula One commentator? Do you understand?
It's tough. It's tough. So
you're trying to sound like an intellectual while still having your Texas twang.
I suppose it'd be like Crofty trying to commentate NASCAR, wouldn't it? So,
oh, God, please no.
Could you imagine him? First lap, it's lights out. Where are the lights? Will someone show me where the lights are?
And it's lights out on the safety car as it pulls in, and we're still waiting. We're still waiting. Oh, now they go green. Okay, it's different here.
Exactly. No, you do a great job, Frizy. Do an absolutely great job.
Deb is on a second lap, and I think my telemetry is wrong on the mini-map. It shows
got him
he's
purple.
purpled sector 2.
Yep.
But he is flying. I think he is improving.
He is definitely improving here. 15.5 gets him to P4.
Yeah, wow. 3/10 faster. That's a good time. Especially, and correct me if I'm wrong, but Deb is a complete no-assist driver.
I believe you might be right. I definitely know that I'd have to confirm that, but I know for Supra. Johnny Rico, thank you very much. Welcome to the chat. You are joining the Rapid Racing League Division 1. Frizy with the bits. Thank you very much for those bits, mate.
Here comes the money. Here we go. Money talk. Here comes the money.
We got Connor. I think Connor's on a hot one. Yeah, Connor just coming down to the Sector 1 split.
Yep.
Where's he at? 28.5. So he's only a little off of the front runners. But not a whole lot happens in Sector 1. So Sector 2 is where it really, really matters.
Yep. So we're going to ride board on Con, and then we've got Josie on the outlap, thanks to Gumbo, who redeemed the Yano hot lap.
Oh, and Connor's right again.
Jeez, he loves to spin that Haas.
Yeah, but Connor is one of the few drivers that I've seen in all of Rapid Racing that when that car goes around, he knows exactly where he is on the racetrack and knows exactly the inputs to put into that car to make it to where it does still go off, but he's not ending up slamming a wall.
Right, okay. So
Connor has great car control.
There you go.
Whenever it goes away from him.
So the two Red Bulls obviously lined to stern. Josie's behind them. So if you don't mind, Cactus, I'm going to get off the box and I'm going to get our good friend Yano to come in and do this hot lap. For our good friend Gumbo, thanks very much for redeeming the Yano hot lap tonight. So I'm just going to jump off. I'll be back in a minute, Cactus, but Josie Wales is, I'm not too sure what he's doing, letting everybody through, so I'll get Yano for us. Hello, Cactus. How are you? This is Yano. Are you good today?
Oh, Yarno, good to have you back again.
Thank
but I
you
think
very
you're gonna be
much.
A little busy.
Yeah, exactly. Now, just need you to shut up for the next 1 minute and 15 seconds while Yano takes Josie Wales around the hot lap of Mexico. DRS wide open like a virgin on Kimi's yacht on a Saturday night, braking hard into this very tricky left-right sector. Coming out, car wants to little bit outside, but DRS again wide open as we come down to this mini straight. Josie, he's slightly down on sector 1 and he's lost it completely. He's decided to turn his car into a Victor lawnmower, and that is job done. Nothing for Josie. I sorry, Gambo. Yano wanted to do it, but what do you do? This is the gospel according to Yano. So, mate, nothing from Yano.
Hey, Yarno's a little bit more dicky than I remember, but
he's a little bit more dicky. Yeah, he's lost it.
Is Josie gonna get to the line to set a lap? He's really close.
Is he? Did he do it?
He just made it.
He did.
Yeah,
So Yano back is back.
Barely.
Yano's back. Get in, Yano. Q1 down here into the main straight. Josie doing very nicely. Thank you to Fireman Racing. I'm sorry that you can't deal with my voice, but believe you me, the ladies from Victoria's Secret love Yano's voice. Into sector, the small straight, DRS again wide open. Braking hard. Very tricky section here as we go around. This tight little hairpin, but Josie doing a very good job here. Currently didn't quite see. Con has retired. Josie coming into the S's. Has this car on rails like he's driving a toy train. DRS for sector 3. The section 3 for DRS. Into sector 2. 28.2. Can't see exactly if he's up or not. But into the stadium section. Josie, will he improve? Or is that 14.5 and a 14.6 from Relic? Wow, that is close. 14.3. 14.3 from Josie Wells. Goes lights out. I'm on pole. This is the gospel according to Yano. So Johnny Rico, first time chat. That was rude, dude. I'm not too sure what that was meaning, but thanks very much for joining us here, mate. Really glad to have you here. Fireman Racing can't deal with Yano's voice. Had to mute myself to apologise. Hopefully you could hear the sound.
that's me.
That's you, yeah.
That's me.
So Josie,
as soon as Yarno came on, I couldn't stop laughing. I had to mute myself.
There we go.
Especially when he was talking shit and telling me to shut the hell up.
Shut the hell up.
15 seconds.
Shut the hell up. Anyway, let's get Josie in here. Josie, our pole sitter. What a lap.
Yeah, but look at his teammate. His teammate is 6/10 off, almost 7/10 off of that. So did Kahoot have a big moment? Wasn't able to put a lap in? There's no way that's representative of Kahoot around here. I just don't see it.
Yeah, very true. But look, our pole sitter, Josie Wales, P1, 14.325. Rapid Relic, Betsy, the 2 Red Bulls once again. But Betsy's got himself a 5 grid penalty. Must have made a massive mistake or hit somebody. Noodles P4, Con, Rubric, Benny Black, Rapid Kahoot, Deb, and Dutchie riding out our top 10. But I'm going to try once again just to get our pole sitter. Josie Wales, there he is. There he is. Mr. Pole
There you
Man,
go.
Josie Wales, congratulations, mate. What a pole.
Thanks, mate. Yeah, not bad, was it?
It was very pretty to watch. Relic.
Oh, Yarno was talking crap. Should have heard Yarno. As soon as you
mate,
looped it on the
yeah.
first lap, he said you were out, you were trash, you shouldn't be here.
Yeah,
It's
yeah, I
true.
believe you, mate. I believe you.
Yeah, exactly.
100%.
Yeah, and I think Yarno's exact comments were you were turning your car into a Victor lawnmower, mowing that grass.
Yeah, I got told by fucking what's his name, Pinju, that I could get a lap at it, and I just went for it. I think Rubik was on a lap, so I didn't know that. I thought he had just finished a lap, so I have to apologise for that. I think I may have fucked him up a bit.
Okay.
So, yeah.
What? Yeah, and I saw that Relic and the two Bulls will be keeping you company there in P2 and
Yep.
P3. Noodles P4. So Relic
Yeah.
and Noodles and I mean Kahoot didn't. I mean I know that Cactus sort of commented that Kahoot didn't have the lap that he was expecting.
Yeah, Kahoot was, he said he just didn't feel confident around here. I think he had the time in him, he just couldn't get it on like in one lap by the seams of it. I reckon he could have been up there, but he just couldn't put it all together.
You
And
think that's just going to be a qualifying thing, or you think he's going to be able to do a little bit better
No,
in the race, or still struggling
I
with
reckon
it?
he's always stronger in the race. He gets good starts, so
yeah,
I know
very
he'll
true.
be up there, probably by turn one, especially, like I said, it's good to be pole, but, at this track, it's probably not the best place to be.
No, fair enough. Particularly with that the slipstream down there.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's what I'm worried about. So
And looks like we've got a lobby issue by the looks of it.
yeah, we've had a.
Are we leaving?
I believe so.
Okay, radio. Then I will get out of here. Looks like we are. Okay, mate. We are going to pause the stream. We'll be back in a couple of minutes. Thanks, mate. Anyway, Josie, congratulations, mate. That was a really good
thanks,
poll.
mate.
I don't even know
Thanks,
if I
mate.
done. I'll leave you to it, mate. Talk to you soon. See you, man. Catch ya.
Yes, it was.
See ya.
Good luck, bud. Right, while we're doing this lobby reset, I'm going to go check and make sure that my 2-year-old is still in his bed, because we decided to take the front gate off of his bed the other day.
Ah, right. Okay.
I'm scared I'm going to walk out of my room and find him in the living room with crayons all over my fucking wall. It's his favorite thing to do now.
So sorry, guys. It's going to be a lobby restart.
A sports. It's in the game.
Praise God from whom all blessings flow. He's still in his crib.
Beautiful.
All right. Do they have the new lobby up already?
I hope so.
I'm just going to join a few. Now, you're on Do Not Disturb, so how the hell did you receive my message? Because when I sent my message, I was like, oh shit, he's on Do Not Disturb.
PC.
Raj.
Yeah.
Fucking PC Master Race, some bitches. I'm so bad about the PC, dude. I bought one.
Yep.
And it was a $1,000 gaming laptop. It had the NVIDIA GTX and everything in it. And I was like, fuck yes, finally. I got it home, and luckily I bought it on base during Christmas, so everything in the store was 30% off. But then I opened up a military star card, which made my first purchase 50% off. So I bought this $1,000 laptop for $200.
Wow, Jesus.
So, I get it home and I'm like, hell yeah! First thing I'm doing is iRacing. Let's go! And then hook it up, fire up iRacing, and it's like, your computer does not have enough RAM. And I'm like, this is fucking horse shit.
Oh my god! What the freaking hell was that?
You should save it. Yes, he is. Good boy.
Mono
Good
realizes he's on for a podium if he just relaxes here. It's a last lap.
Oh, but he's gone.
Oh,
He could be gone for a
you
year.
know, no, Mono doesn't listen. Mono doesn't care.
But not
He's
getting
a
it.
sneaky
He's got it.
Mexican, and he sends it round the outside. Cuddy and Essendon got 3-second time penalties. Oh, they're 3 wide. Oh, I can't look. Boys. Oh, BM's just sent it. Touched wide.
BM.
Around the outside. He is. Oh, he's got a penalty for his trouble. What a move. Yano, clip that. Oh, he's going for another. Oh, holds it around the outside. Oh, no. This is
Still there. Still side by side. Oh, Toddy there with the balls.
Keeps it in front. But who Chunky's on superpositions here. Jala and Gringot's going at it. And down the inside comes Storm. Oh, he holds it. They hold it.
They're still going. Still. And then he's got the inside line for here. And he's managing, holding it. Keeping space, but not giving them too much space. Rono risking it.
He's going on the outside.
Oh, what a move.
He made a
What a
move
move.
on the Alpha Tauri.
Oh, now they're going to go 3 wide. Oh, they're 3 wide. The hatch is in the middle.
He's made it through both of
Oh, the
them.
Red Bull's coming.
The Cyber Husky with the fastest lap on the softs, of course. Expecting nothing less. Cheeseman trying to go up the inside of Christopher Tag. Oh, around the outside. Oh, he makes it stick. Oh, can he go to the outside? Tristan Pragtag breaks early. Up the inside goes Noodles. Crazy good overtake. Coming around for Rapid Mono now.
For Noodles on the outside. Noodles holds it in around the outside. If you don't mind, Josie takes the lead with 2 laps to go. He's definitely got wing damage. He has. His front wing paint is gone. Reedy is smelling blood. Can he get him up on the inside? Oh, thank you, Cody's finally a good camera angle. Oh, great pass from Reedy. He's in the P1 on his debut.
Yeah, here we go. Here we go.
Same situation as that earlier on.
Let's get going. Oh, but they holds it. Oh, what a move. What a move.
Confidence there. Momentum. Hudak go for the move on Noodles. Can he play it around the outside? Oh, and Hudak jumps up the inside. Oh, Hudak.
Trying to get in front of Daff. Now, Daff, all Daff needs to do is stay 3 seconds and watch Ruben doing. Oh my god.
Is he gonna this? Yano. Oh! That is how you do it.
Yo, we're back, guys. The guys are just coming into the lobby, so we're going to start. Do apologise for the delay, but we had to get this lobby started, and looks like it's going through. So, just a couple of minutes to my good friend Jack, if he's here. Obviously, you're not here, mate, but this one's for you, mate. So hopefully he's enjoying himself flipping Tonka trucks.
Look at that guy. What a guy.
Yeah, what a guy. What a guy.
Look at the forehead on that thing. Could you add any more inches to that? Holy
Probably not.
shite.
Nope, probably not. Absolutely not. So these boys... he's in the chat. Jackie boy's in the chat. Hey, mate, how are you, buddy? Hopefully you're flipping some Tonka trucks.
Oh, shit, he's here. I'm going to get removed from RRT for that forehead comment.
Yes, mate, Jack, if you haven't heard, mate, the sweet sounds of Texas is with me tonight. The big cactus is joining me in the commentary booth. And, Jackie, I'm telling you now, we're on the verge of making greatness here tonight. And, Jackie, you may be out of a job in the number one commentary team in all of rapid racing. But no, I can't do that. No, me and Jackie.
Don't do that. I don't want to be removed from RRL too.
Very true, very true. So the boys are getting their lobbies, they're getting their setups.
Right, before we get into this big news, while the lobby reset was going on, we heard from our pole sitter that he might not be the pole sitter, but
he is.
After deliberation, he still is.
He still is. So
there was much deliberation going on whether or not he would retain that pole for blocking. Who was it? Rubric?
I think so. So just before that, let's go over to Crofty and give us our track guide in Mexico.
Welcome to the Autodromo Hermanos Rodriguez, which is the location for today's race. The cars are out on the grid, so let's join the action down on the track. At 2,285 meters above sea level, the thin air of the Autodromo Hermanos Rodriguez poses a unique challenge, not just to a driver's skill, but to the efficiency of their engines as well. 17 corners make up a lap of this 2.6-mile circuit, and you can expect incredible speeds in excess of 220 miles per hour, and overtaking too into the hard braking zones of turns 1 and turn 4.
So let's take a look. So somehow Josie Wales has been able to keep his podium. Relic in P2, we've got Noodles in P3, Con in P4, Rubric P5, Rapid Black in P6, Kahoot in P7, Betsy in P8, Deb in P9, Dutchie P10, Hartwigger P11, Codzilla P12, Millsy in P13, Willie P14, Espinala in P15, Supra in P16, and Pinju rounding out the grid in final position.
And Millsy already complaining that he's out of position. He's put it in the chat. Why am I P13?
Qualified. I don't know. Someone's put you in the wrong position.
That a little wrong.
2 seconds. I'll be right back.
So all the cars get lined up. Should be going green any minute now.
Pinju, the water intolerant penguin, the only penguin that we know who is intolerant to water. 5 lights out, and the race to turn 1 has begun. Josie gets a pretty good start. Relic is just tucked inside. Geez, he's got a shithouse to start off the line. These guys are all going to be on fresh mediums too, Cactus, which basically means that the guys on reds are just, they might be able to stretch it out a bit far, but we go to turn 1, and Josie hangs on. Rubric has ducked it out on the outside as we go into turn 3. Bit of noodles and clash there, and Rubric has flung it down. I think he's got some contact. Has he got any wing damage? He hasn't, but I reckon that's the Cody's glitch model. In terms of that, I think Noodles and him came together, and he's dropped himself all the way down to P15. So up front, Josie's been able to hold on to pole position as well as get to P1. Noodles in P2. Kahoot, the McLaren boys are on the charge. He's got himself up to P3, up 4 spots. Rapid Black into P4. Betsy P5. Relic into P6. Rapid Deb, Millsy, Dutchy and Binyala rounds out our top 10 so far. So Rapid, bit of a first lap here. Action aplenty. Kitschy, as you said, changes his name like he changes his underpants. Has got a rear end of Tifosi Ferrari here. Wants to be able to make the job done pretty quickly. Josie Wales obviously with the fastest lap off the line. And we've got a glitch there. That could be Millsy going back fast. He must have lost it out there. He's dropped back. Oh, he's lost it. He's out.
Oh, no.
He's gone. Is that going to give us...
like that was just frustration from him. VSC deployed.
Yep. Godzilla's come into box.
Godzilla's in the pit lane.
Yep. He's got himself back onto a fresh set of mediums and a fresh wing. Millsy, I think, might have just got a bit frustrated. A bra moment he goes. So Noodles somewhere has been able to get Josie. I think Josie's made a mistake.
Yeah, but look at Kahoot, already up 4 places from where he started this race. We were talking during the break that we really felt like he was out of position. You heard his teammate, who was the pole sitter, come into the lobby and tell us that he just didn't have the confidence in the car over that one lap, but he really felt like his teammate could get it together in the race, and he sure has on that first lap, Jala.
Yeah, absolutely. So Willie's joined back. He's been having internet issues for the last 3 races, and looks like he's going to have the same issues again. Question now comes down, does Kahoot let Josie race, or does the team call Josie aside and let Kahoot go after Noodles, who are currently P1 and P2 in the championship? We're back live racing, and I think I'm right. I reckon Josie is not going to hold Kahoot up here at all. In fact, Josie's just giving him a slipstream, a massive slipstream. Will Kahoot get the double overtake here? And he has.
Get this done. Oh, he fights back around the driver's left, but Kahoot has that preferred line for the next 2. Kahoot takes the position.
And that's it. That's the lead there. What a great overtake there. Let's take a look at that on the replay. And you can just see Kahoot coming here just at the end. The double overtake. Holds it out on the turn 2. Has the inside line. And that's job done. He gets himself up to P1. Back to live action.
He's got a big problem here, though. He has burned a lot of ERS out of that car. You'll hear me refer to it as the sock. Sock is the state of charge inside the battery of that car. He has burned quite a bit of it. Kahoot only sitting on 35%, as DRS should be enabled this time as they go down the straightaway.
Yep. And Pinju has broken the duck. He's the one of our first guys to get the first 3-second penalties for multiple warnings, as our tribute to Jack Vaughan, who gets more penalties than confetti. But yeah, 84% Noodles. He has not burnt it up. He's got DRS right on the money. Cactus. Does he sit down here and wait for the opportunity? No, he doesn't. Ducks it on the inside. Reclaims what he thinks is rightfully his, and back to P1.
And now he's going to get DRS again. He's going to get it again because there is no second detection point there. Whoever gets DRS down the front straightaway will always have it for this short shoot down to the chicane.
Sector 3, Supra, I think, has retired into the pits. He's left the session. I think he's retired somehow in the pits. Don't know what was happening there. Controller Benno. Kahoot is a controller bloke. Yeah, it is a nice track, Jono. We were both talking about it us before in the chat. One of our favourite tracks to go through, nice and fast, tricky in certain sections. Take a look down here. Betsy needs to start getting himself through. Relic is dropping down as well. Under all sorts of pressure on those medium tyres, just cannot get the speed. He's dropped himself all the way back to P9.
Espinala back there in P8, he is moving up this field, flying through it as he's catching other drivers out, having their own issues. Kitch is just driving through them. Kitch started this race down in P15, already up to P8. I would expect Kitch to finish this race somewhere around P5.
Yeah, absolutely. So he's having a good time. Be interesting to see now that these guys are all on fresh reds. Yes, you can, John. Yep. It's not restricted just to wheels. Absolutely. So Espinala, Kitchy, looks like he's got Deb up there as his next victim. Goes through the S's. Will he get a job done here?
How planted Kitch's car is, he's able to stay within a tenth of the Alfa Romeo. He could have this, but he's going to decide to hold on to it through Stadium. Get that good double toe down the front straightaway. Can probably get the job done.
Yep. The thing that's probably going to save Deb down here is he's going to get DRS on Dutchy. And Dutchy's outside of the DRS on Ben Black. So maybe Dutchy's going to fall to be the victim. But we're right on board here.
Rapid Deb hit the wall there on exit of the final corner. He just broke the back end loose a hair and slapped that left rear tire into the wall. He makes a defensive move, but Kitch is there.
Oh, Kitchy. This is what Kitchy does so well. Gets himself up to P7. Job done.
Not quite. They're side by side on exit. The Alfa Romeo is coming back as they make their way down to turn 4. The Alfa Romeo just a half a car length ahead.
Oh!
Kitch late on the brakes and makes contact.
Oh my goodness me. That was, I'm going to blame that on Kitchy there. Went for a move that just wasn't there. If we go to the Rapid Racing League replay, and you can just see as they come down that main straight, Kitchy on the inside of Deb. Looks like he was going to hold position and just went for a move on Dutchy. Spun himself around. Mate, I don't know about you, but I am definitely, that is all Kitchy there. All Kitchy. Back
you got to
live.
lay that directly on Kitch's door, but I don't think he was trying to go for the Ferrari. I think he was just trying to outbrake the Alfa Romeo, but he waited just a few meters too late to touch that brake pedal. That makes everything that he had done so amazingly to get himself there null and void, as he's now back down in P12.
That's it.
Back up toward the front, though, nothing to separate them.
These three here. Betsy's now starting to get himself into the battle as well. Dutchy with another 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. Thanks to our good sponsors. You never dress until you're wearing a Sully's. Check them out. Rapid 25 on checkout. Get your 25%. SullysShirts.com. So what are your thoughts so far in the race, Cactus? He's gone dead on me. Think he might have a headphone issue. So Noodles up here in the front, Kahoot P2, Josie P3, becoming a bit of a rear gunner here for Betsy.
Sorry about that. My younger sister just called me to let me know that my mother was out of surgery.
Well, hopefully she's okay.
Yeah, she's high on nitrous and she's got a sore mouth and it's funny as hell.
There you go. Rapid
and there's Kahoot making a move for the lead down into 1.
Yep, exactly. Noodles as well. Down to P2. Josie Wales in P3 on those mediums. Betsy needs to make the job. Needs to get himself through. Up on the inside. Josie.
A lot of contact.
But they were. This is Div 1 racing at its finest. Betsy knew when to put the nose in. Josie gave him the room. A lot of respect shown.
See, now what Josie needs to do if he's wanting to play the mega team game and be that Checo Ministry of Defense, he needs to back up Betsy throughout Sector 2, which it doesn't look like he's doing. He's trying to hold pace with the two in front of him so he can help run rear gunner for his teammate. But at the same time, now he's in a championship sandwich. He's got P1 and P3 in the championship right around him. What can he do to help his teammate for the rest of this race?
That's it, exactly. He's definitely playing the team game here, holding Betsy up. Benny Black, I must say, or Rapid Black in this one, is having a race of his life. He's really back on form, which is good. Deb is holding his own in P6. Pinju, from back in 17th all the way up to P7. Geez, I tell you what, he's just snuck up on us, and he looks like he's going to get the job on the outside, if you don't mind, on Debinator. That is definitely going into the replay, Bank Pinju. Very nice job. Let's take a look at that again on the Rapid Racing replay. Or as Benno likes to say, it looks like a giant penis, apparently. Not too sure if that is the case, Benno, but we'll take your word for it. But taking a look, I can see where you can see the similarities. But you can see Pinju getting the job done there. Let's get back onto live action. Great job by Pinju, P6 all the way from last. Yeah, I was just asking, what are your thoughts so far? Start of the race, Cactus. What are you thinking?
Yeah, so far it's a race that's really heating up. Pinju coming from the back has made his way back up to P6 now. Look for him to be in that top 5 fight and make it a 6-weight fight if we have a safety car. Surprised we haven't had one yet, honestly. Mexico is renowned on this game for safety cars, so I wouldn't be surprised if we have one later on, which would really help out a few drivers that I were expecting to make a big impact in this race.
Yep.
Being Espinala, as he's just now picked up a 3-second time penalty, as he's pushing hard to try and make up ground. He is catching the driver in front, but I did expect Connor and Espinala to be a little further up at this point.
Yep.
We have to wait, though, as there is a move coming now. Rapid Rubric going around Rapid Deb down into 1.
Yep. And just
No,
to tell you,
excuse me, that was into... Oh, yeah, no, that wasn't.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
So Rubric got spun around at the very first start. Obviously, he didn't get damage. And I think if you find that is... Who is that on the inside? That's Relic there. On the outside of Debinator. Job done there. Nice little overtake. So Relic's got himself to P8 on those mediums. So the race is going to come to him a little bit later on. Meanwhile, Rubric's been able to reclaim from slipping down all the way to the basically last at the start of this race. And he's got himself back up to P7. So rekindling some really good form.
Boys at the front starting to separate themselves just a little bit. Noodles almost had the clearance he needed to Josie Wales in the DRS zone there coming into Sector 3. Unfortunately, couldn't get it. He was 1/10 shy. But can he do enough to pull away this lap? This is the time, though. It's lap 10. The softs will be falling off. Josie Wales, sitting pretty on those mediums, is going to have more grip now than these soft runners.
Very
so
true.
Can Josie get up there and really give Noodles a hard time until Noodles boxes? The more pressure he can put Noodles under and force Noodles into an error, the more he helps his teammate, which is why I think the McLarens have made the switch.
I totally agree. Absolutely. So Kahoot playing the long game or trying to see what Josie can do, obviously on that medium tyre.
He's a lot closer this time as they go through the second sector. He's a lot closer. You can see the grip level that Josie has in the car compared to the Mercedes in front as they go through Sector 2. But these 5 basically inseparable as Rapid Black all the way up to Noodles, 1st through 5th, are under a blanket. All of them just training off of each other right now.
Yeah.
But only one car out of that 5 is on a different strategy, and that's our pole sitter, Josie.
Yep, it's it. So he's starting to wheel in. Pinju's
There
got
it goes.
Pinju drops.
Yep.
And a 5
Here comes
seconds.
Josie. Here comes Josie. He's making the move down the inside into turn 1. Ooh, the Mercedes just touches that right front end fence of the front wing onto the rear left tire of the McLaren as it goes through. McLaren could have this done. McLaren has I'm sorry. Now my telemetry has changed. The McLaren has almost no sock left. So he's been pushing very hard to keep up with that Mercedes.
Yep, true. I think he's just getting it above 20%. Meanwhile, Noodles has got 70%. Nice and tight on the sock. Doesn't like deploying it. Kahoot there in P3. Betsy sort of trying to hold on here at the moment. Great to have the top 3 in the championship battling out in the top 4 positions. Meanwhile, Rapid Black in P5 and Rubric is sort of dropping away.
Big battle down here in P9.
With
They were 3 wide coming into that corner.
Wow. And Espinala and Rapid Con drops down to P11. We've got a challenge, Betsy, for... Okay, so Kahoot's boxed. Benny Black has followed him through, so Betsy will jump into P3.
And the undercut is massive here, folks. If you're new to Formula One, you don't really understand the undercut. Basically, you pit before the driver in front of you, and you can get them while they're still in the pit box. The undercut is massive at this track because of Sector 2. That new tire will have so much more grip for Kahoot as he goes through Sector 2 compared to what Noodles is currently on. Noodles on the back foot now needs to put the lap of a lifetime in and hit the pit lane to try and stay in front of the McLaren.
Yep, absolutely agree. And he's even going to come under pressure with Pinju that pitted the lap earlier, as well as Espinala. These guys are going, what, 4 into that corner? Espinala's been able to get the job done on Pinju. He's opted to go with the softs a couple of laps earlier. But that job, that battle will continue on as Betsy gets himself his first penalty of the night. 14 laps down. Does Noodles box or continue on? He continues on. Josie Wales continues to push there, and Betsy. So the top 4, the top 5 yet to box. Hartwig a fair way back in no man's land. And he's going to have Kahoot for company very shortly. What happened there?
Oh, Noodles just almost dropped it. Noodles almost dropped it on the exit following Josie. This is what I was just trying to say, but my mic was muted. As long as Josie can stay out in front of Noodles, he's going to lose a lot of time to Kahoot. Those Reds are going to be crying, especially when they're in the dirty air of that McLaren. As long as Josie can continue to back him up like he just did, Noodles is going to be hurting. You saw as Noodles came out of the exit of 3, he just lost the back end of the car as he started to apply the throttle.
The ability of the no traction control, still getting used to it. This is his first season, Noodles, without traction control. I think he's holding his own. Sorry?
But it's great to see more and more drivers that are going to no assist. And here comes Noodles. He's coming in.
And Betsy's followed him right through. So let's keep an eye on Kahoot. I reckon you're 100% right. Kahoot's definitely going to leapfrog him here.
Kahoot's going to get this by a bit,
a
by
long
quite a
shot.
margin, honestly.
A long shot.
It's a long run down the pit lane. Kahoot's going to have him by a few seconds here.
Yep.
So Kahoot goes through now. And Rapid Black's going to jump him as well.
Wow. So these guys...
Great race so far from Rapid Black.
Yep. So Noodles and that have dropped 2 positions. Well, technically with Black. So P6 and P7. Noodles is boxed for another set of Reds. Meanwhile, Betsy's gone to the mediums. So an interesting strategy call from those 2 guys. Binyala and Pinju battling away. 3 wide down here. Rubric's on the inside as well. And Rubric's got himself up to P8. Just sort of diced a hole and went straight through it. Rapid Willie's got himself up to P14 over Codzilla.
This has really hurt Rapid Noodles. Noodles came in and put on a set of softs. He has committed to a 2-stop. He has to pray for a safety car now because Kahoot can go to the end easily. He stretched those tires far enough. He can take these mediums to the end.
Yep. So the question now comes back with the 3 lead runners in terms of Wales, Relic and Hartwigger. You'd probably imagine they're going to go, what, lap 22 to 24?
if they're
particularly
going
they're
for the
fresh.
one stop, they're going to want to come in around 24. That'll make
Yeah.
it to where they've only got to do 12 laps on those softs, which is about all you want to take the softs for. I was really surprised to see Noodles taking the softs as far as he did. But I think Noodles knew that he was on a different strategy than the rest of them. But it still boggles my mind a bit that he did box and take on that tire, seeing as how he went way deeper into this race.
Yep.
So yeah, Noodles basically out of the question, in my opinion, unless we get a safety car, which is highly likely. Sector 2 is known to produce safety cars here, so
But the
it is very possible.
Yeah, very true. But the one thing that the longer this race goes without a safety car, if there's a late safety car, the problem that Noodles is going to face is he's going to be forced to go to the mediums, whereas the other drivers can get back onto the reds. So he's going to be on the unoptimized tyre for that last section if it's a late safety car. But
and Josie's pitted, he's taking on reds.
So there we go. A very early stop from
early stop.
Really early. And he's jumped out behind Noodles, and Betsy is going to get him. I'm not sure. He probably has. No, he hasn't. So
Noodles
Josie
has already caught the two in front.
Yeah. So Noodles has actually been able to leapfrog. So even Josie's committed to a two-stop. Noodles is caught up to Ben Black, or Rapid Black as we like to call it. Gets the job done. Moves himself up to P4. He's going to give Kahoot a bit of a nightmare right now on those reds compared to the mediums. But as you said before, Cactus, he's going to burn through those real fast. And he's committed to a two-stop. So does Kahoot go for the tyre management and let Noodles go, playing the long game? Or
yeah, Kahoot has to just let him go.
Yeah.
Just hold him up here, make him burn up the reds a little bit more through Sector 3, and then just don't even fight him down into Turn 1. Allow him through, and then hope that your teammate can do the exact same thing that he's doing right now. Get up and get past Kahoot so that way he can go on to give Noodles an even harder time. Because the harder time that Noodles has in this race only helps Kahoot in this strategy game.
Yep, agree, absolutely.
And I honestly think that that's probably why Josie pitted early. He wanted to jump onto the same strategy, or relatively same strategy, to what the Mercedes driver is on, so that way he could help hamper him even more and help his teammate. Yeah. Ultimate team game being played here by McLaren, I feel like.
Very true, agree. So, meanwhile, up in front, Relic has got himself a handy 6.5 second lead, but doesn't need to box. I'm going to probably say he's going to try and stretch this out as far as he possibly can and hope for a medium or late safety car to allow him to get onto the reds. Hartwigger in P2, having a little race, but Noodles is closing on him faster and faster, and I don't think Noodles is going to have much trouble getting past Hartwigger, and may even get the job done on this short DRS straight, right up the rear end, putting Hartwigger's pressure, putting his rear end under more pressure than a virgin at a dead ball.
Look at the McLaren swap right behind
guess who's
them.
retired? Willie's retired. Will we get a safety
Willie
car?
just picked up a 10-second time penalty for corner cutting. I have never seen that in this game unless you basically go straight on through a paved chicane.
Yep.
So I'm not sure how he picked that up at this racetrack. But other news, Kahoot allowed Josie through, so now Josie is going to go through on Hartwigger as well, which will really put Josie right back up on the Mercedes to I really think that he's trying to pressure the Mercedes into a wreck.
Yep.
I really feel like that's what's going on down at McLaren. McLaren is trying to do everything they possibly can to make that Mercedes have a huge error and go off, so that way Kahoot can score mega points in this championship this weekend.
Absolutely, totally agree.
Which might seem a little weird to some people, but this is Formula One. It's all about the team game, as Kahoot is now getting past Hartwigger as well.
Yep. So Hartwigger's
keep a close eye on that gap.
Yep. Hartwigger
it's
really
coming down rapidly.
It is. So Hartwigger's probably he's got no other choice but to stretch these as long as he can, get him on the reds and see how he can go. Meanwhile, Noodles, I think, has taken about 1.5 seconds this lap out of Relic's lead. Relic is obviously pushing as hard as he possibly can to get to the Reds. JC Wales 16.7, fastest lap in P3 within DRS of Noodles.
Now let's see how much he fights with Noodles. Is he just going to try to get in front of him, or is he really going to try and toy with him in the braking zones? There's so much you can do as a driver that is trying to pressure another driver into a mistake. Look at how close he's getting to the gearbox. He's making that Mercedes look in his mirrors and check on him.
Another day, another penalty for Rapid Con, racking them up. This is Vorne's favourite track, as you know, because he gets penalties like confetti.
Oh yeah, Vorne almost gets disqualified every time they come here.
That's it. Loves it for the multiple warnings.
Dutchie picks up another 3-second time penalty, but Wales right on the back of the Mercedes of Noodles. What is he going to do when they go down to turn 1? He's definitely going to have the DRS. He's going to have that big run on the Mercedes in front of him. And he's also running lower downforce than the Mercedes, I think. I've been watching their top speed as they get down here without DRS. And Josie has been faster. So now what does he do? He's sticking right next to him. He gets past.
Yeah, he's got the job done. So he gets up to P2. Meanwhile, Pinju's got Spinala. Well, Spinala's boxed. The owner up to P8. Could change. Hardwinger continues on. Rapid Black. Great drive from him in P6 so far on those 7-lap old mediums. And himself and Kahoot are good enough to get to the end, as well as Betsy as well in P5. And Relic on those 20 lappers. Just taking a look here. Yep. So question now comes out, when does Relic pit? Josie Wales is now within 2 seconds.
I think Relix is looking at his track map. If he has the track map on, he can see all these cars that are running close together. He knows some are on different strategies at this point as Noodles comes in again for his second stop. Let's see how much further the McLaren goes before it stops again. But if I were Relix, I would be staying out as long as possible, praying for a safety car, because that would really, really help his race right now.
Very true.
Because if he boxes, he's going to fall all the way back to... Well, he's going to fall back to basically where Noodles just came out, 9th or 10th. So
boxed it. Does he get in front out of Deb? He does, but Deb's obviously going to have to box. So Noodles comes out in P9. He'll be obviously going to the end of the race, but geez, I tell you what, I don't know. Unless he gets a late safety car, I don't think this is the right strat call from Noodles. It's going to cost him the championship lead, I think. Up in front, Cahoot's within 6 seconds behind Josie Wales.
Yeah, and Josie still has to pit again, so Josie is out of the question as well without a safety car.
That's it. And I don't know whether Relic realises that, but now, very much like taking candy from a baby on this straight, and Relic boxes. So Josie claims P1. He now has a 2, or it's going to be, what, a 6-second lead over his teammate. But his teammate with those mediums is going to stretch it to the end. Betsy within a second. Benny Black hunting Betsy down. Rubric got himself to P5. Pinju up to P6. Relic is now comes
out in front of Noodles.
Yeah.
So Noodles didn't get that massive undercut like what I thought he would. Noodles must have had an issue during that lap.
Yeah, I think he did. So Noodles,
but right now it's a McLaren 1-2. They'd be happy if it ended that way, but
it would
not.
be. No, absolutely. Espinala, another multiple warning. Just looking through here, Benny Black is going to put Betsy under pressure on this main straight as Betsy falls out of the DRS range of Kahoot coming through the stadium section. He wants to be within about half a second coming onto this main straight. I think Betsy's probably got enough of a gap to hold Benny Black, Rapid Black off. Rubik sort of holding Bay at P5, Pinju P6, so valuable points for the Pinnies. Relic, Betsy with a 3-second time penalty. And I believe... So, that's not going to help him at all. So, Relic up to P6 has now completed all his boxes. And Noodles just can't go with him.
Yeah, those new softs right now paying dividends to the Red Bull driver, but it will come back to Noodles as the stint goes on. Those softs are going to fall off, whereas the mediums for the Mercedes will not fall off as much. There will be a crossover point where he will be faster than the Red Bull in front. You should be able to get him back.
Yep, very true. Pinji with another penalty, multiple warnings. Those 11 ups, he's going to have to stretch them out. So question now, Josie, in P1, how many laps can he get those reds to go? I know that they've burnt a lot of juice so far, but he's definitely going to have to box at some stage. Rubrik's got himself... So Benny Black has boxed for another set of reds, so that his boxing days are done. Elevates Noodles to P6 and Relic to P5. Well, after the spin, all the way up to P4, Rubik would be very, very happy with his work so far, picking his way through the field. And if you can keep it nice and clean, may be able to get a sneaky podium at the end. Who knows?
What's the pit stop delta here?
Sorry?
What's the pit stop delta here?
25 seconds, I think. It is a longer one. I think the longer one's Imola or something like that, but Dutchy and Hart, we go down there, P9, P10, having a nice little old humdinger of a battle.
Currently, the reason I asked, currently right now, Josie Wales is lapping faster than Noodles.
He's boxed.
So where is he going to come out at? Is he going to be anywhere near Noodles?
So Rubik got
yes,
past.
he is. He's going to come out right with him.
Wow.
He's going to come out in front of him.
There you go.
What a stint by Wales.
Wow. And the reds versus the mediums. That is outstanding stuff from Josie. Congratulations. So can he take advantage of those? Hunt down Relic.
I've been following on board with Relic the past few laps since he made his stop. He's having some issues with the rear end of the car on corner exit. Every time he comes out of 3, he gets out over that exit curbing basically about where he should be, but as he's applying the throttle, the rear end of the car is just not agreeing with the input. That time I saw him go completely off over the curbing, off the racetrack. So I think this could be a simple pass for Josie once he gets there.
Yeah, fair enough. I totally agree. Good analysis there.
But how about Betsy? Betsy is staying right there with Kahoot. He could be the dark horse here. Betsy's on 2 laps, and they both boxed.
They both boxed. So this is everyone's gone to the 2 stop. No one's taken the gamble to go to 1 stop. Kahoot's on the reds. Where does that leave Josie Wales in front?
Oh my gosh, they've lost out massively. Why did they stop? They could have made it. Are they trying to cover off a potential safety car?
If they were going to do that, it's probably the wrong move. You would have waited for the safety car, but Relic has got himself up into P1 with Josie Wales in P2, Noodles P3, Benny Black and Betsy in P5. Espinala,
I feel like
Hartwig,
everything that we've been talking about for the past 15 minutes makes
Yep.
us both look like idiots. Thanks,
True.
guys.
Yeah, well done. Appreciate
What
that.
is this strategy call?
It's the let's piss off the commentators who've got no clue what they're doing strategy call.
This is... You guys look like Ferrari 2019 right now. Come on.
So Cahoot's come out, and in front of him, the only one that has not got a penalty is Josie and Relic. So right now, Relic is going to stretch those to the end. Does he try and hold up Josie and fight? Or does he look at the championship and realise, you know what? It's, 3 points against Noodles? And brings him back into the title fight. Currently about to lap, but Josie Wales goes into P1 here. Nice and easy. Don't see Relic giving that up that as easy as Josie would like, but we'll soon find out. But Josie's just had pace all weekend.
Oh, they're 3 wide down the front straightaway.
Oh, here we go.
Cahoot's making a double move here.
Nice work,
He gets
Cahoot.
it done from 8th to 6th.
Great
But I
work,
still
Cahoot.
can't get over the strategy call. Why would they box? They had it in hand. They had the tires. They could have gone to the end. They had the gap in hand. What was the point in boxing? I feel like Cahoot has put himself on such a back foot here.
Yeah. Well, if Cahoot misses out on a podium, his good teammate Josie, you can ask him. Maybe it was the tyre wear issue on those mediums. Who knows? So,
Well,
Noodles,
either way, Cahoot and Betsy, Betsy and Cahoot pitted at the same time. And
Yep.
Betsy went in behind Cahoot. Cahoot had to serve a time penalty while he sat there, not getting service, which has allowed Betsy through on him as well. I'm just going to stop talking about it. I don't get it.
Nah, fair enough. We're not the drivers, we're mainly the commentators. So Cahoot with a 15.6 fastest lap so far, so that's a valuable point. He's now 4 seconds away of Betsy on the same tyres, really. Hartwigger up on the outside, or Espinala. Can he hold it through? Jeez, touch and a little bit of a nudge from Pinju as well. That didn't help Hartwigger at all. He drops now from P7 to P9. Might have been Rubric actually that just gave him a little bit of a love tap. But yeah, I agree. Not too sure about the strat call from Cahoot. Makes 0 sense to me.
Yeah, he's now 10 seconds behind his championship rival, and I've been watching the gap very, very closely. He's not gaining on him enough to make a pass by the end of the race. He's not even gaining on Betsy or Rapid Black. So Cahoot may finish this race in 6th and lose a decent chunk of points in this championship with only 3 rounds to go after this race.
So Betsy, actually 4 rounds. There'll be 4 rounds, I think.
4 rounds, okay.
Yeah, so I think you got Brazil, Jeddah, Abu Dhabi, and Brazil. Or did I say Brazil? I think I might have.
You said Brazil.
I think you might be right. It could be 3. I have to go to the map. So Betsy, P4 Noodles. I think he's going to try and do everything he can just to hold on to that podium. Relic has dropped out of DRS from Josie Wales, so you would think right from here on in, it's Josie's to lose. Keep it clean, keep it on the black stuff, and Josie will get the job done. Relic's dropping down another 2/10 in that sector alone. He just doesn't have the pace to go with Josie. Just doesn't have the pace.
And we got yellows in sector 1 and 2. It looks like that might have been Pinju having an issue.
Wouldn't surprise me if it's Pinju. And you're right.
Just keeping an eye on the gap between Noodles and Cahoot. Cahoot is catching him, but not at enough of a pace to do anything by lap 36.
Yeah, and he only he's sort of got 8/10 on Ben Black in this lap. So on 8/10 a lap, he'll probably be at the rear end of Benny Black by the end of the race, Kahoot, which is obviously not ideal, not where he wants to do, but sector 3.
Oh, Pinju's off in sector 3.
Do we have a safety car?
Nope, he's still running. He's going to
Still
make his
running.
way into the pit lane.
Yep. No safety car.
Oh, no, he's not.
Yeah, no, he is. He's on the main straight. He's gone through.
Yeah.
So
What's
he
he
obviously,
doing?
yeah, he must have had a spin of some description.
He's got no front wing left.
Oh, wow, there you go. Yeah, no front wing. Not too sure what Pinju's thinking.
Was he carrying too much speed as he tried to turn into the pit lane and realized that he wasn't going to make it? Because it looked like he was millimeters from the wall.
Yeah, true. So, not too sure for our Rapid guys that tuned in. Unfortunately, there was server maintenance, which didn't allow us to race the Div 2 races. So next week it will be 2 25%ers in Mexico and Brazil. So definitely tune in for that Monday. And tomorrow night, Div 3 wraps up the Rapid week before we head back over to the Euros on Thursday and Friday morning Australian time. And cards and that. Oh, Dutchie's retired. Has he retired? He has. He's retired on track and...
It's in the stadium section.
Oh, and I'll tell you what, Pinju's doing
Oh,
the same. Oh, Pinju's done it.
They've already removed that stricken Ferrari, so no safety car.
And Pinju somehow, even though he went face first with no wing, somehow managed to keep it on the track and get it back to the boxes. Now, I imagine he's going to retire, I think. Godzilla still going through. So meanwhile, 4 laps to go. Josie Wales and Relic in P2. Noodles has now got a rear gun of Betsy. He's going to put that rear end under some pressure on this main straight.
Black getting all twitchy on the exit onto the front straightaway.
Oh boy.
Here comes Pinju out in front of him.
But Noodles and Betsy, it is a 2-3 for the Red Bulls. Valuable points in the Constructors' Championship. So that'll allow, basically with Kahoot in his position and Josie up there, that'll actually allow the Red Bulls to actually extend their lead as we go into round 19. In fact, you are right, there is only 3.
In sector 2.
And that is...
It's Pinju.
Is Pinju trying to cause a safety car here?
I don't know. He's literally doing everything he can with that car.
Yeah. Oh, there it goes.
Oh, he's lost it.
He loves to spin around like a Kylie Minogue song. I'll just drive into traffic here.
Grosjean move if I've ever seen one.
Yeah, very true. I totally agree. So Kahoot can't get through. So Showtime's asked for the pens. You know Showtime, we don't show the pens. So don't ask. So Relic at the moment, P2, Betsy P3. Of course, Cactus, you can look at the pens on your side because you're not the one streaming. So you've got a better idea of the pens. But please don't let the cat out of the bag. Just builds the suspense as we go across the line.
Yeah, my Twitch is actually, like, it says I'm disconnected from the chat. I'm not sure what's wrong with it. I can't see anything in the chat, so...
Okay. So, Josie...
Wrench into the plans.
Sorry?
Betsy just picked up a 3-second. Let me go ahead and check on time penalties. So Relic's sitting on 3. Betsy's on 9. He's going to lose that position. Noodles is on 3. Black is on 3. Kahoot could get a few here if he gets a little closer with these last, 2 laps.
True. So 2 to go. Interesting to see, he will definitely jump up, maybe get Black, possibly Noodles. Noodles has got himself in line to be able to get himself a podium.
He actually might get Betsy as well.
What, as in Black or Kahoot?
Kahoot. He might get a podium.
He may. Oh.
Here, he's within 9 of Betsy. He might jump all 3 of them.
Yeah. But we'll soon find out with 2 laps. I'd probably say at best he's going to be P4. I'd probably say P5.
If Noodles makes one mistake here, it's going to bring Kahoot into Noodles' delta. Because right now he's sitting at 13, Kahoot's at 16.6. All he needs is half a second and he'll be there, Kahoot. Push.
Yeah.
Push now, push now.
Push now. Need to push. Push. Push, Pierre. Push.
Shut up! I am!
Leave me alone. I know what I'm doing. And Josie Wales on the main straight. Last lap.
That's my...
Hey?
That's my Yuki Tsunoda for the day. Yeah, it's there. All he needs is half a second to Noodles, and he's going to jump all of them for a podium. He's out of battery, though, sitting on 0 as he runs down into turn 1. It's going to be close.
Yep.
He's 4 more tenths of a second, now 3 tenths of a second. Kahoot, drive that McLaren.
And hopefully a little bit better than Denny did last Sunday. So anyway, Josie on his last lap, down here into the sector, Espinala, 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. And isn't it funny when we take a look at this Cactus, the only 2 drivers without a penalty, both McLarens.
Yeah, both McLaren boys strong all day. Not sure what happened with the strategy call for Kahoot, but Kahoot's still there. He needs 1/10 of a second. He needs 1/10.
So Josie's coming around the line and takes the Mexican Grand Prix, an absolute domination. Relic in P2, will he hold on to it? P3, Betsy is sure going to drop from there as he comes around, third over the line. Rapid Noodles has jumped in. Benny Black goes through. Has Kahoot done the job? P4.
Oh, so close. Look at that.
0.00
of a second.
0.005 of a second. Kahoot misses out on the podium.
If he would have deployed a little bit more battery, just a smidgen more down that short chute between sectors 2 and 3, he could have had that. So close for Kahoot.
Yeah, Mrs. Kahoot in the chat wishing her boy the best. Thanks, Jade, for jumping in. Great to have you here tonight. So, Deb, the last one to go across the line will get a valuable point for the Alphas. It's a double point. Hartwigger in the points, Deb in the points.
Mrs. Kahoot, go down there and smack your husband and ask him why he pitted.
We're about to find out. So, Espinala, the spinny man. Going to invite these guys into the chat. But a fantastic performance by Josie. Our pole sitter got away lucky, didn't get the pen. And pretty much comfortable race from him. Well done to him.
Yeah, I can't lie. Even if Josie would have received that penalty for today's race,
yeah, exactly.
I really feel like he still had the pace with the strategy that he ran. When this turned into a complete 2-stop for everybody, it really just looked like Josie still would have gotten the job done.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm just going to go through, invite these other guys. So Rapid Relic.
Kahoot did take fastest lap, though, so that's an extra point in his favor.
As well. And RRT Noodles, the Greek sushi lover himself, rounds out our podium. So let's just wrap this up. Josie Wales, after taking pole, takes the grid one and takes the win with the 2 stops. Relic, with those 3 seconds time penalties, drops to P2. Noodles P3. Kahoot P4 with an interesting strategy called Butt Driver of the Day, so an extra point. So let's head over to victory lane. Our three guys are in the chat with us. Firstly, let's start off with our winner, Josie Wales. Congratulations on the win. Tell us about your race.
Thanks, man. Quite straightforward. Obviously, like I said at the start, I was fearing I was going to get overtaken, and I did get overtaken by Kahoot and Noodles. But I knew I was on the mediums, they were on the soft, so I just had to hang in there, and I stuck with them until my soft pit. Stuck with them for that, and then my next soft pit, stuck with them for that.
Yep.
And managed to get past Relics, and yeah, from there it was smooth sailing.
Excellent. I know that Cactus has got a very interesting question that he would like to ask you about Kahoot, mate. Cactus?
Yeah.
Right, thank you. So we've been trying to rack our brains around this. Kahoot was on a pretty good one-stop strategy. Why did he go full Ferrari 2019 and decide to pit? Because he had everybody behind him covered.
Wing damage.
He had
wing damage
at one point.
Okay.
I think that had something to do with it.
Fair enough. Now, the other thing that I need to ask you guys, and look, maybe Noodles can answer it or one of the boys else in the chat, did the rule book just get thrown out for the restart? Because if memory serves me correctly, Kahoot actually qualified on mediums but started on reds.
Yeah, look, someone started, like, as soon as he got in, someone started the lock.
Yeah, I fought to say that we should restart it, but Rubric said he didn't. Yeah, it's getting late.
Yeah, it was
so
like,
we
it's
should
like
go.
11 o'clock, we started the race. Rubric was like, we just have to get going.
Right, okay.
It was just me and Relics on the mediums. So.
Yeah, fair enough then. Understand. Just thought I'd ask because it looked interesting to me. But on to P2 and Relic. Congratulations, mate. I mean, a pretty sloppy race from the USA is one way to describe it. But back on form, back on the P2, you must be happy, mate. Valuable 18 points towards your championship.
Yeah, it's all constructors for me now. Start was terrible, mate. Honestly, my start was horrendous.
Yeah.
If I had a decent start, I reckon I would have been battling to win or win this thing. But I got stuck behind with 7 seconds behind Josie before he got off the mediums, and then I decided to one stop. Both my tyres were dead by the end of it.
Yeah, dude, we all catching up so quick.
Yeah, but I felt so good out in front for like 10-second lead, but it didn't last long. I didn't defend against.
What happened? What happened then?
Hey, what happened? You passed me because you're a square.
Okay.
Tell us what you really think.
I didn't defend him on DRS because he was running 1-1 wings. I wasn't going to try and do anything.
1-1. Yeah.
It felt like that,
9-7's
bro.
1-1
You were flying.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, GG's to everyone. GG McLaren.
That was good
gonna
shit.
win.
It was. So with that, McLaren will actually edge closer to the Red Bulls with the P1 and the P4 as Betsy's finished P5. And on to the Greek sushi lover himself, Mr. KFC, the three-piece feed, Noodles. Congratulations on the podium, mate.
How many nicknames you want to give me, man?
Mate, I'll just rack them up, buddy. I get paid by the dollar by KFC.
Just put him in a cabinet next time.
I will, mate. I will. How are you, mate? Congratulations on the podium.
Oh, I can tell you now, that was not the strategy I wanted. Not soft, medium. The start on the race was really good. The new turn one's going to be a complete mess, so just want to put my head straight forward, and yeah, my main focus was just on Betsy throughout the whole race, just where he was, and yeah, he got his penalties, so that got me up. Kahoot almost got me at the end, but 0.0005.
Yep.
I think he just missed out on.
Yeah.
So I was on the edge of my seat, but big points for me in the championship fight. It was the big focus for today.
Yeah, I believe rumour goes about the only thing that Kahoot lasts less than that time is in the bedroom. Can't confirm it, but...
Nah, it's true, I know, don't worry.
Kahoot, are you still in the chat? Still there.
Yeah. Exactly. Cactus, mate, over to you, mate. Have you got any questions for our podium places?
I mean, not really. The only question that I really have is, Noodles, you said that you didn't like the strategy. What was the strategy that you wanted to
Soft,
be
medium,
on?
soft.
What made you go to that?
Soft, medium, soft. That was
Was
the
it just
strategy.
was
Be
it just
quick at the
error
end.
in the pit stop?
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
I thought I selected the second strategy, but of course, we were being rushed with the timer, so.
So who readied up?
We don't know. But
Can I just ask Noodle real quick?
Yes.
Penalty.
So when I was like ages one stopping on the mediums before I pitted, you tried to undercut me, and somehow you still came out behind me. Did something happen on your outlap or what?
No, mediums are just shit.
No, like because you went from mediums on to soft, didn't you?
No, he went soft, medium.
Oh,
So when you pitted, I was trying to undercut, but my mediums just were not great.
Yeah, they're not good
They had no
until like
pace.
3 laps in, eh?
Had no pace, and I was like, oh, I'll just have to accept and just hope.
Terrible.
I do think the one stop was compatible, but it would have been a challenge.
That undercut failure was on stream.
Yeah.
That undercut failure was on stream.
So there you go.
Yeah, because I was like, because we were watching it close. Because I was like, it's gonna be close. And then when you were exiting the pit lane, I was like, he had to have had something happen on his outlap from the pit stop to end up 2 seconds.
Nah, the mediums are just not good when they're cold. They're just not great.
A bit like a 3-piece feed from KFC the next day. Isn't that right, Noodles? It's no good.
Maybe a Zinger box.
I do have one important question that must be answered to the man that loves sushi. What's your favorite sushi roll?
Zinger box one.
You're dead to me.
There we go. So
yeah, you just got fan, mate. Get out.
Let's take a look at the championship now. Noodles, because Kahoot got the point for fastest lap, that means you'll extend to a 4-point gap. So we'll have a 4-point lead. Betsy with 5 will drop a couple of points. So look, 3 rounds to go. So we've got Brazil, Jeddah, and Abu Dhabi. Correct?
What about Australia? 4.
Oh, Australia.
Australia.
Yeah, not that we want to go there. Can we just do 3?
Can we just
No, we'll go on to Australia, mate.
Go to Australia.
Nah, the least the better for Red Bull.
Yeah, well, there you go. So 4 rounds to go,
mate,
plenty to play for. McLaren's, there we go.
Yeah, maybe catch up to me, mate.
Yeah, exactly. Man. Maybe if I had a good start, you would have been.
The banter has come.
You fucking reply back.
Sorry, Pajal, I have one thing to say real quick.
Yeah, go for it.
I've got Mrs. Noodles next to me. I think she wants to say one thing.
Oh, Mrs. Noodles, how are you?
Come on, one thing.
One thing, go for it.
She's saying no. Come on.
Come on, Mrs. Noodles.
Say no in the mic. You won't get scared.
Say no in the mic. Alright, good enough.
Why doesn't Mrs. Noodles...
She's been sleeping for like 4 hours, I swear.
Right, okay.
Yeah,
does she
I think
still
she's only just woken up.
Does she still want the autograph from Yano? Because I can organise it if she does. The personalised Yano shirt.
I don't know what she needs.
Yeah, you're her boyfriend, mate, so figure it
out. Give her something.
Cactus.
I'll give her something to wake her up.
I'm sure you will. Yeah, you're going to give her a zinger box. Anyway.
Zinger box, yes.
Yeah, that's it. Rightio. So, guys, let's wrap it up from there. Cactus, thanks so much, mate, for joining me. You are always welcome, mate. Great to have you tonight. It was brilliant. Thank you very much, mate. Appreciate it.
Yeah. Any week that the normal guy can't make it, just shoot me a message. I'll make sure the kid's down for a nap, and we'll go watch these boys race.
Sounds like a plan.
Next time I do have one request though,
and that is
I get to do my Darrell Waltrip green flag start.
Ah, yeah, that's a Darrell hot lap. Okay, sounds like a plan. I like it.
No,
is that a NASCAR driver?
No, I don't even want the hot lap.
Oh, you want to start?
The lights go out.
Is that a NASCAR driver?
NASCAR commentator.
Famous NASCAR commentator, but when the lights go out, I just want to scream boogity, 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 let's go racing. That's all I want. That's all I want.
There you go. Josie, congratulations, mate. Thoroughly well deserved. You were in a class of your own tonight.
Thanks, man.
Well done to you.
Thanks, man.
Relic, congratulations on the podium.
Thanks,
and
mate.
Noodles, the most overrated Mercedes driver in history since Lewis Hamilton.
I'm not saying it's Mercedes any longer.
I know you aren't. Exactly. So from myself, Rapid Pajala, from Cactus, that is, we're going to wrap it up from there. Thanks so much to everyone for staying with us through the lobby restart. Congratulations, Cody's, on yet another shit game. Hopefully EA will fix it, but based on their performance, I doubt it. And from us, it is lights out and bye for now. Don't forget, tune in tomorrow night. Is it Cards and Noodles tomorrow night? Noodles, or is it?
Oh, no, it's Friday.
It's Frizy tomorrow night.
I think Frysy's coming in tomorrow with me. I'm not sure yet.
He's taking... Oh, it's you and Frizy. So, look, tune in tomorrow night. 8:30, the Divi 3 boys go around Mexico, Mayhem in Mexico. But for now, until we meet again, it's lights out. Bye for now. Thanks, guys, for joining us. Bye.